Yo, what up? It's Aaron motherfucking Moses here to be a blessing to you. Now, this video is called Invocation of the Elements, and if you've seen my last video where I spoke on ether and its relationships to the chakras, a little bit, little pieces of it, uh, that was basically the proper way to invoke the element ether and have it touch you in a specific way. But this is a basic understanding. This is to give you a basic understanding of how to do things, what to do, and I'm not gonna give you too much on why you need to do it. We got some people, some like to say the four elements, some say five, some say six. You know, earth, air, fire, water, ether, and then the six would be carbon. So, in order to invoke the elements, you have to understand that you are made of all the elements. You are, you literally have all, we'll just stick to five, all five elements inside you. You have, obviously, your body's made of the earth, your blood's made of water, your brain is like, people say different percentages. Um, Air, you know, your lungs, and then everything that keeps everything going, which is, you know, electricity, bioelectricity, which would be the fire. I mean, you even have that sub element in there, electricity, which is fire and earth, air put together. Now, the only thing that people don't get that in order to invoke the elements, you have to literally put the universal laws into into play, into effect. It's not about forcing the elements inside you. It's not about collecting them, doing a fucking a dance, you know, to build up the fire around you, or you know, meditating on the vapors in the air to invoke the water, or anything like that. You know, it's basically this is your world. Okay? So everything around you, because none of this even fucking exists, you're just here to 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 just not be bored as God. As God, you were fucking bored. So you created this whole world, everything around you, and just erased your memory of being God. You know, that's just my perception of reality. Whatever your perception may be different, but nonetheless, this is definitely your world. You call it, it comes. The word, a lot of people say the word God means summon. You know, everything around you was created for you to have. You know, I don't want to speak too deeply philosophically, but if you tune into, if you make the proper adjustments, it's not about you calling an element. It's not about you putting any will into it. As far as your external world, it's about you allowing the elements to come to you. You're broke because you don't allow the money to come to you. You don't have a girlfriend because you're not allowing women to find you attractive. You're imbalanced in your fucking elements because you're not allowing the elements to come to you. Simple as that. If you're like me and you're imbalanced in fucking Earth in your natal chart, and you have 49% Earth, 49% Earth, 17% fire, fucking 5% air, and the rest water. You know, you have to allow yourself to be balanced in these elements. How do you do that? Now, see, if I wanted to turn up my air, what I would do is I would make the mental adjustments to match the frequencies of air. I would do some research on the air element of different martial art moves. You know, Tai Chi, different Qigong, Dim Mak, different poses, different mudras. different mantras. First, of course, it starts in the mind. So what needs to happen is you need to just like my motto. How do I cure depression, Aaron Moses? I'm always sad, Aaron Moses. I'm not happy with my life. So what you want is happiness? Yeah, bro. Do what happy people do. I'm making that shirt as soon as possible, as soon as the demand is built for it. You want air, you want money, do what money do. You want air, do what air does. Air will then have no choice but to surround itself with you. Not you surrounding yourself with it. Surround yourself with you, and then you inviting it in. You're like, okay, air, I programmed all the air in the world. Not literally. I programmed all the air in the world to have my signature on it. Now it's just flowing aimlessly and needs somewhere to go. Allow it. Allow it inside of you. Okay? If you want to meditate and feel like you're levitating or feel um I wouldn't say a strong breeze on your face, but inside, turn off all the fans, close all the windows, and feel that air on your face. Put yourself in the emotional state of air. Learn what air is. Okay, air is knowledge. Air is technology. Air is communication. The throat chakra is the spiritual home of air. You know, is of course the throat chakra is not ruled by the element air, but what is the throat? What is the throat? Air is in the heart. Air is a part of all of the elements. Air is water and fire put together. Earth is a third air. Things like that. Put yourself on that frequency. Put yourself on that frequency. You don't necessarily have to know everything about it, but having the emotional connection, the physical feeling, and the spiritual knowledge of it. Because a lot of us, we don't know the spiritual side of these elements. Fire burns shit. That's not enough. That's not enough. Water can clean some shit. That's not enough, bro. That's not enough. A lot of people, the whole four pillars of the soul thing. Water is the emotion. Air is the intellect. Fire is your willpower, and earth is the connection of all three of those, the most important parts of all three of those put together. That's still not enough. You still don't know shit about the spirituality of air, earth, water, fire, ether, and none of that. And that's okay. Because the more that you interact with these things and the more that you void meditate, you have a much better understanding of it. The more that you breathe these things in, balance them, and interact with the outside world, and people are like, something different about you, bro. You don't really seem like yourself. And you're like, yeah, I know. You invoke some fire, you know, circulate it, breathe it into your aura. Certain things might happen to you. Things will feel different to the touch to you. Certain situations will feel different to you. It's think of it like this. And I really don't like people to think of invocation of the elements as that. Think of it like this. When you stop masturbating and stop ejaculating for a good, I'll say a week, you have a different appreciation for women. You see them, you look at them, and you're like, normally, you're like, bitch, 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 bitch. Bet she got some good ass pussy. She looks like she can suck good dick. That bitch, that bitch, that bitch, ho, 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 ho. You might not think like that, but you look at a female and you're like, sex, 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 sex. I wouldn't fuck her. She's pretty old. I don't know. I should probably treat her different because she doesn't look like she would have sex with me. You know, things like that. Probably a lot of. I'm not saying every man thinks like that, but to be real, yes, you treat a woman that you would want to have sex with, or are going to try to have sex with, or you would have sex with, different than a old lady or somebody who you physically is don't think is attractive. That happens. It happens, even if it's subconscious. It's a predator prey genetic thing. It just happens. Females that you want to have sex with have a different level of femininity than an old ass woman. And if you like to fuck old ladies, they probably don't. Well, they probably most likely they do. Anyway, this is not about sex. But when you stop busting those nuts, you have a different appreciation for women. Women can tell, hey, this guy has not been touching himself for weeks. They know. Women perceive the feminine energy knows. AaroniMoses, you get your dick sucked like 4 times a week, don't you? And you're like, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't call myself an addict, but you know, some people like coffee. Nah. But my point is, you already have it inside you. I got to a point where I don't invoke the elements. I don't invoke the elements. I express them. If I'm imbalanced in fire, I go to my solar plexus and I release it. I don't say I don't sit and meditate on, okay, now I'm gonna imagine that I'm more warm than I've ever been in my life, and it's dry because of what? Because air, because fire is dry, hot. I don't do that shit. I don't. Oh, I'm imbalanced in water. Well, I'm gonna drink some water. I'm gonna wear a blue shirt or maybe an orange shirt because the sacral chakra was orange. No, I don't do that shit. I don't do that. I might meditate on me. Okay, I'm gonna give you exactly what AaroniMoses does. And before I give you these meditations, what I'm gonna tell you is this doesn't. No meditation works for everybody. You know, meditations are spells. I don't do rituals and spells and hoodoo voodoo like everybody thinks. All I do is I'm blessing you as much as you bless me. Times two, times two, times three. I'm cursing you as much as you curse me. Times two, times two, times three. That's literally what I don't like candles and incense and fucking do all of that. I don't need to do that. Nobody needs to do that. Okay? But what I do is see the chakras are the chakras are a a door. The chakras are a door with two doors. A door with a devil and an angel in it. Not a devil and an angel. With a The chakras are a door with a good a good portal and a bad portal. A portal that is good, that has both dark energy and light energy, and then another portal inside of it that has dark energy and light energy that is bad for you. What I do is I bring myself to a universe, a brand new universe, imaginary, like chalk zone. Okay, I go to that chakra and I visualize what needs to be done. This is just like when you see Goku do his instant transmission. Okay, I will literally go to my sacral chakra and visualize me swimming, swimming in an ocean, and I change the colors depending on how long the meditation goes. Yes, I will start in normal water, clear water. Okay, around it, I will see that it's blue because the sky is blue because I'm on Earth still. And I go through each mental, physical, emotional. Okay? I adjust my breathing. I adjust my breathing because your breathing affects your heart rate, and your heart rate lets your brain know what emotions to feel. And the emotion that you feel gets inhaled and is stored and is placed where it needs to be placed. All right. For the root chakra, what I would do is for Earth, I would pull cosmic energy through the crown and either flow it from the right or the left into the root chakra, or directly to the heart down to the root chakra. No in between chakral interactions. And then I will ground that energy. And then I will ground the energy more. And then I will communicate to the earth that this is for you. And then I will inhale basically the earth's version of saying thank you. Earthen energy, slight sexual energy. And then breathe the negativity out into the earth, the sad negativity into the earth. Allow more cosmic energy to flow, whatever direction I'm pushing it, directing it. Put it in the earth. And all angry energy, uh, actually, I'm not going to give that to you. Solar. I already told you solar. I adjust my breathing for the solar plexus if I'm imbalanced in fire. Well, honestly, usually I work with the planetary. I work with planets, so I might, vibrate the sun. I might vibrate Leo, Aries, or Mars, whichever one I feel at the time. And then breathing, breathe a lot of breath, a lot of heavy, quick, short, hard breaths, and then I expand. I expand, and then, and this is still for fire. Go to my heart, and I visualize it glowing like a mug. And then I shoot electric uh, beams into the sky, all around me, lightning. And then after a minute, after I'm shooting this lightning, I let it become one ball of lightning. So at first it's like individual lightning rods. And then it's more like an aura. But it's all lightning though. It's just basically like one giant ball of lightning. It doesn't it looks like that, but that's not what it is. It's millions and millions of lightning rods all around me, so many that it looks like one ball of light. And then I visualize the whole world being lit up by that. And that's fire. That's fire. But one thing for fire, and it might not be this important or serious for you. One thing for fire is really fire and for real. So you are going to have to do one of two things, if not both. And this is for all my sun signs right here. You're going to have to play with some water. You're going to have to not drink water. You're going to have to invoke that water. I only have 17% fire in my chart. And of course, I've had interactions that altered the energies that govern me. But I'm still a fairly fiery fucking person. I'm chill, I'm grounded on video. I'm not bouncing off the walls and super charismatic and shit like that, talking to everybody. I'm black. I'm angry. Black people have a lot of emotions. All people have a lot of emotions. And I don't want to sound ignorant, but it's different for us. It's different for us. So if you are black, a sun, a fire sun, even I would even say a fucking strong moon fire sign or a strong ascendant fire sign, you're going to have to, and it doesn't have to be an equal amount of water that you invoke, but you're going to have to invoke some water, and you're going to have to void meditate. You're going to have to do something that stills your mind. You're going to have to do that typical, stereotypical on the movies meditation shit, where you're staring at a black dot on the wall and you're not thinking of anything, no thoughts, and do that for, I say do that 3 times a day for 2 to 5 minutes, definitely, because that fire is nothing to play with. It's real and it really does what it's supposed to do. And then for the air, I would say for the air, my favorite thing for air and water is to put less thought into it. I like to play with fire a lot, and a lot of it, sometimes it has detrimental effects. Some things don't go as well and balanced as they should. But water, my favorite thing is definitely just doing the water tai chi. Air is the same, but breathing techniques and physically feeling that you are lighter than what you are, because with the grounding, you're going to feel heavier. Your feet, you're gonna feel more magnified to the ground. You're gonna feel like you're not stuck. You're just gonna feel like you have a fucking backpack on. Not that you can't move, but you're physically gonna feel heavier. You might feel, I say, 3 to 5. If you really fuck with it, maybe you might feel 10 pounds heavier. Okay. And then for the ether, I'm not gonna lie. When you For the ether, what I do is I go to the I go to the sacral or the root. I go to one of the lower three chakras, and then I stimulate that, usually with some kind of sexual energy. So I close my eyes, think of some beautiful black or Latino woman, and then I let my body react how it reacts. Heart rate's going up a little bit, you know, and other things happen. And I breathe that into my pineal gland. I put my tongue on the soft part of the inside of the roof of your mouth. Breathe, do some breathing exercises, and I focus on the pineal gland. I don't even work with the third eye as much. I focus on the pineal gland, that area, and then I meditate on that. I see the Milky Way galaxy. I will see purple. I will close my eyes, let the purple dots, let the stars play around, and just meditate on that and be in the cosmos and just be there. Just be there. Then I breathe that in, circulate it in an eight from here to here to the here to here. Well, the throat, the crown, because everybody's shit's not everywhere, not the same places as mine. And I let that expand. And of course, you could work with the colors. You can. And then after that, hold on. Then after that is all done, I ground it and I store about, I want to say 20, 20, 30. I put 20 in my heart, 20 in the root, give some to the earth, and then let it circulate. You give it to the earth. Usually when I do invoke the elements, I ground it. I ground it. I give it to the earth. I'll give it to a tree. I'll give it to my son. I'll give it to my dog. I'll give it to the the actual sun. I'll give it to the moon. Making sure that it's happy, happy, good energy. You can actually breathe negativity into the earth because the earth cleanses everything. So, and the earth doesn't really mind because dirt is really just exactly what it is. It's just bones and shit and carcasses and sand. That's not that anymore, you know. But that's basically what I do. What else? When I do, see, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna seem like I'm just this all powerful, super powerful being, which I'm totally not. That is a little harder and it takes a little bit more of knowing thyself. And I don't do that shit every fucking time. Yes, I do pull the elements from, I'll evoke the elements, build it up in my aura, or I'll jump around the room, dance, do some kind of dance. And then all the ambience, all the ambient fire, whatever element that I let out, all the ambience, I bring it to around me in my aura, and then I program it. I program it to whatever element that I want it to be by me placing myself wherever I want to be. So I'm gonna give you that step too. That's gonna be the last one, and then I'm gonna give you a couple words, and then I'm gonna be out. So let's say I did that technique. Let's say I jumped around the room. Let's say I had a fucked up ass day, and I wanted to invoke water. I had a fucked up ass day, and it's stored in my solar plexus. Somebody hurt my little baby ego. So I'm jumping around the room, getting all this tension, all this sexual energy, all this anger, all this melanin fucking disruption out of my system. I might yell, I might swing a couple punches, then I stop, sit down, and I sense the energies that I let out. Because I'm part angel and I work with ambient energies a lot, mostly. So what I do is I collect these energies, I feel them, and I make a little cocoon around me. I like that word, cocoon. I make a little cocoon around me, and my other favorite word is susceptible. That's my favorite word, actually, susceptible. But I built the energies around me, and then what I do is I go swimming, just like I told you before. I sit in that, I'll either visualize myself to the neck with water, or I visualize myself swimming. And of course, I'm not thinking about my breathing, but my body, of course, the subconscious mind is a powerful thing. My body thinks I'm in fucking water and thinks I need to breathe, but I don't. And my and my heart starts beating and I have to keep readjusting, like we can breathe underwater, just relax, you know? And then I do that, then all the energy around me turns to water. And then I breathe as much as it in that I need, and then I let it be. I let it be. And usually when I invoke, usually almost every time that I invoke the elements, I do the black aura. If you want me to teach you my personal black aura, let me know. I do the black aura meditation by AaroniMoses because I'm raising a lot of energy and I'm putting a lot of lights and stars out. And, things that want to fuck with me see that. So I do the black aura. I do the black aura. And then I program the rest of the energy. Yes, if that's what you're asking yourself. If I if I did this tribal dance and then I programmed all the ambient energy to come into my aura or surround my aura and then program it to be water energy and then I breathe it in, invoking it, am I using this energy, this water energy to surround my heart and make this black aura? Yes I do that. Then I tell the other energy, just hold up, just give me 2 seconds, let me shield real quick. I do that black aura by Ram Hotep, shield myself, and then I program the rest of the energy to do whatever it needs to do whatever I need it to do. So I might be I am balanced in water, or I express myself, or when I whatever I need, like totally whatever I need. If I need to heal something in my body, if I need to attract a specific relationship, if I need money to come in a specific way, if my phone's, if something, if let's say my car broke down, right? and I was getting money with my car, but it was fire money or it was air money. And now the only money I can get, no, and now the only money, well, just say fuck it. And now the only type of money I can get is earth money and water money. I'm not going to invoke fire when the only way I can get fire money was with my car. I'm going to invoke water so I can get water money. And I'm going to invoke I'm going to invoke water and program it for me to get water money. If I want to get whatever I need, bro, like literally whatever I need, if it pertains to water or if it doesn't. Simple as that. I could I could invoke water right now. You could invoke water right now and say your sink broke and you want to go outside and you want to find a 12 pack of water. You can do that. Whatever the sky's the limit. I'm not going to, tickle your imagination. But it's basically the same things following those 5 steps, you know, your plan, taking the action, programming it, knowing how you want to feel, and doing what you want to do. Raising it, directing it, programming it. Raising the energy, calling the energy, calling the energy, I'm looking for my girl. She just went to Walmart and she was supposed to get like 5 things, but whatever. Raising the energy, which would be you adjusting your frequency, calling it, summoning it, you know, directing it, putting it somewhere, breathing it in, or hand motions towards your heart chakra. Or, not or, then programming it, telling it what to do. If you don't program it, it's going to do whatever it's going to do. If you put water in your heart chakra, usually when I invoke elements, I put them in my heart, or I breathe them in through my crown, or I store them in my root chakra or my aura. Usually the heart and the aura. Okay? If you do that and your aura's muddy and your heart's fucked up, bad things are going to happen. So, you have to program the energy. You have to program the energy, you have to void, you have to monitor yourself so you know if you need to counteract some of these actions with a little bit of action, a little bit of thought, a little bit of invoking the opposite element, or releasing it. Releasing it, touching somebody else, blessing somebody else with this energy, using this energy, writing a song, right? Going to, ride your skateboard somewhere. Not having sex. Don't do that unless you know what you're doing. And that's it. So it's AaroniMoses. I hope I was a blessing to you. I hope I was a blessing to you. If you're watching this, you're a blessing to me. If you want more, definitely let me know. Facebook, website, email, easiest ways to get in contact with me. I'm also a big fan of Instagram. All these are in the description, by the way. I'm on Snapchat here and there. Twitter, a little bit more than Snapchat, but number one way to get in contact with me, the easiest would be my email, then my website, then my Facebook. That's it, man. It's AaroniMoses. Be good to the game. The game will be good to you. Be good to the bang. The bang will be good to you. I'm the bang. You the bang. We the bang together. Peace.